All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh, the honors to the apostles, and those are great millstones and salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing his word, truth, sincerity. All right, this is the brother Tawaba Cobb from GMS Los Angeles / Inland Empire. Come back with another video in the spirit. And once again, Tawadi Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, for over the minds of this truth. Allow me to wake up another day and put the spirit on me to do another lesson. In hopes that it'll find a hopeful elect. Okay, so I'm gonna title this video is we have protection. Okay, talking about us from our apostles, elders on down, brothers. We have protection. You know, and protection I mean by the angels, because the Lord has angels around us at all times. You know, to watch over us, to keep us in all our ways, because there's a lot of evil forces out here in this world, you know, that's against us, you know, that's against the righteous, you know. So the Lord has those mighty ones, okay, to keep us, you know, shielded from all these different things out here, okay? Even though we're still gonna, you know, be subject to, adversity. We're still gonna be subject to, you know, getting sick, okay? Going through different difficulties, you know, but that comes with the, you know, the journey that comes with serving the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But we have angels, you know, that protect us from those dark forces, to where, you know, we don't become corrupted. And Lord willing, until the end, we be of the elect, you know. We will remain in in that spirit, remain in the Holy Spirit that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has placed upon us, you know, until the end, you know. So I'm just gonna bring out a few scriptures just to show, you know, especially you brothers that's, you know, and you sisters out there that's new to the truth, to show you that we have protection, man, you know, in this world. Just because we can't physically see at times, we don't see the angels that's around us, doesn't mean they're not there. And there's times where the Lord shows brothers, you know, the chariots, when chariots appear before the Akim, okay, before brothers, you know, whether brothers is on their way to work, brothers that, you know, I remember it was a couple of months ago, we had a chariot sighting during the mass camp. It was a whole bunch. It was a bunch of chariots that was over the camps, you know. So that, you know, Lord, those are signs or faith boosters. They always show that the Lord is with those that follow after him, those that believe upon him. Okay. So I'm gonna get right into it. This is Psalms chapter 34, verse 7. It says, "The angel of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai encampeth around about them that fear him, and delivereth them." Okay, so the angels of the Lord, the ministers, okay, the mighty ones, okay, encamp around those that fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and it says and delivereth them. You know, so there's forces, you know, that are dangers that we're not even privy to, that we don't even know that the angels are protecting us from, shielding us from, okay? And that's the beauty of, you know, serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. That's the perks of being a believer, okay? Because the average Jake out here, you know, the average so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, they have no protection as far as when it comes to, you know, the angels. Okay, they're subject to, you know, to all these dangers and judgments that's going out. Okay, because remember, who is the one bringing these judgments at the end of the day? Is the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, and the angels know who belongs to the Lord. Okay, so the angels know, okay, who to protect and who not to protect. Okay, because you got angels that's there to protect, but you also got angels where the Lord commands the angels to, you know, to bring judgment. You know, put certain individuals to death. Okay, and to deliver certain individuals out of harm's way. You know, so this, like I said, this is one of the perks. Okay, or this is Psalms chapter 91. I'm gonna start at 1. Psalms 91 and 1. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High," which is this truth. This is the secret place. It says, "shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power. In Him will I trust." You see that? So the Lord, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is our refuge. Okay. You know, we have no refuge in this world. We have no comfort in this place. There's no peace in this world. Yahushua even said it, man. Okay, and he said in Him we would have peace, but in the world we would have tribulation. Okay, you know, so this is where we get our comfort from, the scriptures. Okay, let me jump down to 11. This is Psalms 91:11. It says, "For He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone." You see that? So the Lord has given angels charge over us. Okay, they're in charge. They're in charge to watch over us. They're like a guard. You know, like when you see all these, you know, you see certain celebrities. When they got to go to do appearances, public appearances, or they got to go do interviews, you know, wherever they have to go, travel around about the city. They have an entourage. They call it entourage, or they have security. You know, and that's what the angels are for us. You know, except, you know, this is the highest form of protection one can have. Okay, because those, you know, those celebrities, their security, you know, even though they got these carnal weapons, but you know, they're not angels, man. You know, they're just men. Okay, they're men in the flesh. Okay, they can get, you know, sick. They can get wounded. Okay, they can be taken down. Okay, but the angels of the Lord, okay, they're not of this earth. They're not of that earthly flesh. Okay, so this is the highest form of protection a man can have right now. Okay, because like I said, the average so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, they don't have this kind of protection. That's why you see a lot of these jakes, you know, they get, you know, look how they get treated by these police officers. Okay, look how ICE is running down on the northern tribes, man. Okay, a lot of them getting kidnapped and you know, sent to these prisons. You know, where Jake is in some fucked up conditions, man. You know, and these are individuals that, you know, that don't fear the Lord. These are the wicked of our people. See, that's the results. Those are the consequences of being a wicked ass individual, being a sinner against the Lord. Okay, and see, this is why we always tell our people that there's no excuses, man, because the Lord has His prophets out. This truth all over the web. Okay, so there's no excuses for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans not to know what the deal is, man. Okay, so this is like I said, this truth is all over the web. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna get another account. Now this is during the time of Elisha. Okay, I'm a matter of fact. Let me. This is second. Slocky, I'm back. Had some technical issues. This let me read it again. This is back in 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 8. Okay, now this is during the time of Elisha, and he had to warn. I believe the king of Israel at this time was Jehoram, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But this is, I'm just bringing this out just to show that, prove the point that we have angels amongst us. Okay, this is 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 8. It says, Then the king of Syria warred against Israel and took counsel with his servants, saying, In such and such a place shall be my camp. And the man of the Most High sent unto the king of Israel, saying, Beware that thou pass not such a place, for thither the Syrians will come down. So Elisha was warning the king not to go to that place where those Syrians were at, because they were, plotting to ambush Israel. Okay, it says the king of Israel sent to the place which the man of the Most High told him and warned him of, and saved himself there not once nor twice. It says, Therefore the heart of the king of Assyria was sore trouble for this thing, and he called his servants and said unto them, Will ye not show me which of us is for the king of Israel? And one of his servants said, None, my lord, O king, but Elisha the prophet that is in Israel telleth the king of Israel the words that thou speakest in thy bedchamber. And he said, Go and spy where he is, that I may send and fetch him. And he was told him, saying, Behold, he is in Dothan. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host, and they came by night and compassed the city about. Right, so the king of the Assyrians sent spies. They sent men to where Elisha, the town, the city where Elisha was, and they surrounded it, that whole town, okay, that city. All right, it says, Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host, which is an army, and they came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early and gone forth, behold, an host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, Fear not. So this is Elisha's servant asking him what was they were supposed to do. And that's what Elisha said. He said, Fear not. All right, it says, For they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. You see that? So those were the angels. You see that? And that was a crazy scenario right there, man. You imagine, is you and another brother, and y'all, and we, you and the brother is surrounded by, fucking soldiers, troops, with tanks, all type of shit, man. And they all try to come against you, and then the Lord, shows and reveals unto you that, you got all these angels around about you, man. That's a great faith booster, man. That was a hell of a vision, man. Just me. I'm just thinking about it right now. That's heavy, man. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about that, man. But that's just another example you know, in the scriptures, that the Lord got angels around those that fear him, that believe upon Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And I'm bringing this out because we about to come into some times, as the scriptures say, like no other, you know, but miraculous things are going to happen for the elect, okay? Even though there are going to be some elect that's going to be martyrs, you know, but there's going to be elect out there that's going to be protected. That's going to be, that's not going to taste death, okay? Because the Lord got angels to deliver those souls, man, okay? So that's pretty much it. Just wanted to, you know, do this quick video just to, you know, comfort brothers and, you know, exhort brothers to, you know, stay strong, man. Don't worry. Don't allow that. Of course, you know, we're in the flesh, but don't allow these things that's getting ready to take place to shake our faith, man. You know, these things have to happen, you know, but know that, you know, the victory is nigh, man. You know, the elect is, you know, start when Yahweh Shai has the victory, man. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna give all glory and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem HaKodash, the honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Honors and salutations to the hopeful elect, puts his word, true sincerity. Shalom.